In this video, we're going to use a combination of tools and settings to transform a pair of pants into a new silhouette. We will be creating a denim skort. If you would like to follow along with the BW file, there's also a specification sheet you can refer to from the download section. We'll begin from this pair of pants. Before making any changes to the patterns, let's pick a more suitable fabric. We can check the draping and the fit of the garment more accurately while we make pattern adjustments. We'll use this denim midweight fabric from the Cloud Library. First, let's delete the iron lines on the patterns and the pleats on the back. We'll replace the pleats with gathers later in the process. The next step is adjusting the length of the pants. We do so by sliding the hem up. As there is a corner point here, we won't be able to slide past that point. Thus, let's remove the corner point before sliding the hem. We will slide the front hem first. This way we can decide on the length of the pants. To ensure accuracy, once we have decided the length of the front pants pattern, we can adjust the back pattern measurements to match. Once that is done, adjust the handles on the points so that the hem shape is smooth when the edges are stitched together. We can use 3D to check. Next, we would like to widen the hem. We will use the pen tool to add an intermediate point about 5 centimeters away from this corner point. Then we will turn on multi-move and pin the new points we've added. Let's widen the hem by dragging out the bottom side seam corner points. Use 3D to validate the fit. After widening, the side seams look curved. We can delete the intermediate points on the side seam and reshape the curve. After refining the silhouette and fit, we can create a fox pocket. To do this, we can use the pen tool to mark the shape and size of the pocket facing. To transfer a point to the edge, we can click on the points of the internal line and click Add Point to Edge. Let's change the new intermediate points to notches and corner points. To create the facing patterns, we will use Extract. Go to the Insert tool and click on the facing shape to extract the pattern. Remember to create symmetrical patterns for the other side. For the shorts pattern, we will need to create an opening of the pocket. Note that the shorts pattern will overlap the facing slightly. We can create points 1.5 centimeters away from the previous points. We will use the pen tool to draw the pocket opening from point to point. Now, we can slice the shorts pattern along this new internal line and delete the patterns which are not required. We will also remove the extra corner points and add new corner points on the facing patterns for easier stitching. Add the new facing patterns into the clusters in arrange mode and stitch the pocket facing to the pants and waistband. Check that the 3D layer is lower than the pant pattern. Next is the gathered waistband. We would like to create an encased elastic effect and a paper bag waist detail. We can start off by increasing the length of the waistband using slide. We will increase it roughly to 26 centimeters on the front and back. Before dressing, we can shrink the bottom edge first. This is to prevent the pants from falling off the avatar. We will use the shrinkage measurement and type in the original waistband length, about 18 centimeters. Next, we will need to increase the width of the waistband. Click on the top edge and input 4 centimeters in the distance field on the context view. For the encased elastic, we will need to add a corner point 3 centimeters from the bottom of the waistband. Then we'll do a clone by offset of negative 1.5 centimeters with 2 copies on the bottom edge of the waistband. Select these 2 internal lines and apply the same shrink values as the bottom edge. Dress to see the outcome. Remember that you can add force multiplier for depth for this type of waistband. It looks great! Now we can move to the skirt pattern. We will draft the skirt from scratch. Before we begin, let's save some rulers for easy reference when drafting our patterns. We will save the half waistline measurement and the total side seam measurement, including the 3 centimeters from the waistband. To start, let's add a rectangle in the 2D window, and we will change the measurements according to the saved rulers. In this case, the width will be 18 centimeters. For the height of the rectangle, we will add 2 centimeters to the side seam measurements, as we want the skirt to be slightly longer than the shorts underneath. On the center front of the rectangle, add a point 20 centimeters away from the top corner point. We will use this point as a marking to show where the hip line will be. Draw an internal line and change the measurements to 20 centimeters. We will widen the hem of the skirt and hip area. We will drop the center front by 0.5 centimeters and raise the side seam point by 0.5 centimeters. Adjust the handles to smooth the curve. Since we want the skirt to overlap the center front of the shorts, we can move the center front edge 7 centimeters to the right. We can adjust the hem to be asymmetrical using slide. Since the skirt is longer than the shorts at the side seam, we can add a corner point so that it will be easier to stitch the 2 side seams together. The last step is to create a small strap to attach the skirt. We can create a rectangle and adjust the dimensions to 9 centimeters by 3 centimeters. Add both the skirt and strap patterns into the arrange mode and stitch the pieces to the pants. Ensure to change the 3D layers to be higher than the shorts pattern. Dress to see the results. You can use 3D to adjust the skirt pattern. We can adjust the strap slightly in the shape of the hem. To finish, we can add the materials, adjust the grid size, and refine the styling to complete the garment. And that is how you transform a pair of pants into a skort. In this video, you've learned how to transform a garment silhouette. For more information, check out the Browswear Help Center.